you can just because for 10-15 minutes you will just introduce yourself about your professional background, and because the recording will be available for all the members who are unable to join us, so it will better for them to understand. And inshallah, hopefully in the next meeting they will be well familiar about you.
Yeah, so I'm introducing myself. My name is Armando Persico, and I'm a teacher. I prefer to be a teacher instead of practicing the auditor, internal and external auditor profession, because I think that to keep in contact with the students is the best way to grow up. I'm 52 years old, but I want to grow up till I have the possibility to live. And this is the reason why I have chosen to be a teacher in my life. The topic, the main topic of my teaching is entrepreneurship. I have chosen to follow this approach when I see that my students would like to have the reason why they are studying while they are studying. So I think that it is not correct to the students to say study that will be helpful for you in the future, but it should be helpful right now. So this is my thought, what I think about the approach with the students.
Okay. Yes, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. I for this reason I won the top 50 teacher in the world in 2017 by the Global Teacher Prize. It is an award given by Varkey Foundation. They have chosen me for my approach with the other 45 motivated students in the world, teachers in the world.
Wow, excellent, okay. Excellent. Well, congratulations on this remarkable success.
Thank you.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so if I can start with my lesson, I would like to start to introducing the association I work for, because I think that could be a good introduction about how to teach entrepreneurship. So the association is called Junior Achievement, and Junior Achievement is based in Colorado Springs in the USA. We are celebrating the birthday, because it's 100 years that Junior Achievement is working with school, introducing the entrepreneurship education. Junior Achievement has 5 branches, five continental branches in the world, in each continent. And so we have the JA Europe in Brussels, and JA Europe in Brussels has 40 branches in Europe, and I work for one of them in Italy. So in Milan, we have our headquarters, and the first and only aim is to introduce entrepreneurship in the Italian school system. Just to give a frame of the figures that are characterizing our junior achievement Europe, I can say that in Europe we work with 40,000 schools. We can reach, and we are helped by more than 130,000 teachers. We work with more than 139,000 business volunteers, and we reach more than 4 million students in Europe. And we represent the 40% of the JA worldwide, because the JA worldwide reaches 10 million students in the world. So I think that these figures can represent the opportunity that junior achievement can give to the worldwide school system. It is very important to start with this kind of approach because, for instance, in Italy, we have an employment rate of young people that is about 30% of the population. So for the young people, it's very important to get the right skills to be introduced in the world of work. Because the reason is not that there is not a job. The jobs we have, our companies are able to give a lot of jobs, but there is a mismatch between the preparation of the students and the real skills that are needed by the companies. So if we can introduce entrepreneurship, we can teach with this approach. I think that we can give to the students the right skills, because when you are when you know the competencies that are required to be a good citizen in the EU, I can say that the 8 competencies that are given by the European Commission are the following: communication in the mother tongue, of course, communication in foreign languages, mathematical competencies, and basic skills in science and technology, so STEM, digital competencies, learn to learn, school and civic competencies. But the 7th competence that are required by the European Commission is spirit of initiative and entrepreneurship. And the last one is awareness and cultural expression. But in 2012, the European Commission introduced these 8 competencies to create the new citizen prepared to work in a global economy. Uh, what is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is personal ability to translate ideas into action. So it's very important for the students to think to new ideas and to um, start to create something that can concretize these ideas. And entrepreneurship is the best way to teach how to do, uh, how uh, to become an entrepreneur. Even if they are young, uh, I think that students, when they are young, they can start to reach new further competencies, like such as, for instance, choose and decision making ability, creativity and innovation, ability to take risks, ability to plan and manage projects to achieve goals, problem solving, ability to work in a team, and how to communicate. So, if you teach with the entrepreneurial approach, you can give to the students the opportunity to get, to gain, to earn these um, competencies, because it's very important, in particular, to take risk, to be responsible about the aim that you can and you want to reach in your life. Uh, okay, so I have introduced the reason why it's very important to teach entrepreneurship, um, but it's not it's not enough, because uh, when you see that the students can be able to run a company, they have the competencies to run a company, they have the tools to run a company, uh, and you can introduce this approach during their path in the school system. I think that you can also um, be able to orienteer the students, because when the students can understand their abilities, their skills, um, their approach to life, they are able to they are able to um, give the right attention to their future. Uh, this is another reason, but the last reason is that the teaching entrepreneurship is a win-win-win approach. Three wins, because one, the students are winner because they get the abilities. Uh, the school system is a winner because is able to motivate the students in another practical way, and the society wins because the community can have students, can have young people that can take risk, take responsibility, um, run and give new value to the society, because you know that the companies are able to create value for the community, for the territory. So Another big winner is the society, is the community that gives the opportunity to study entrepreneurship during school. We did a research, and we saw that students that used this kind of approach are able to earn better salaries, to find out better jobs, to have more success, to have more serenity during their life. And we have not to forget the companies, because when the employees of these companies that can collaborate with the schools are meets the students, the collaborators can earn a new motivation. They are proud of their company, and they learn how to talk about business with the young people. Maybe they are used to talk with their peers, but if they can collaborate with the schools, with the young people, give him their experiences, they can get a new competence, because they can learn how to talk with the new generations. Okay, so the new the new step that I want to give to this lesson is to talk about the first important tool of the entrepreneurship approach. The tool is so-called company program. The company program is program that it's we can use the company program for 1 full year, full scholastic year, and the students can create a real company in their school. The company program in Italy, I can give some figures about the company program in Italy, is run by young people aged 15 to 19 years old. So they are very, very young, and they can experiment the business approach during their path in the school. We had about 1,000 mini company in Italy last year, involving 18,000 students. So we had about 800 new ideas given to the community. And this is very important, because the community can collaborate with the schools, with the students, with the mini company. So how does it work? Schools can apply for this program in a website. They can involve classes, they can involve teachers of their school, and each class can create one or more teams inside. And in this way, the students can start with their experience in running a business. Each class is coordinated by a teacher, and Junior Achievement gives we call Dream Coach is an expert, is an employee of a corporate or a professional or um, um, worker that can, and he or she can give the experience helping students, giving not only experiences but the network that they have. And in this way, students can learn how to run a company, how to run a business. They can learn how to identify an idea, how to validate the idea, how to look for new partner to concretize the idea, how to finance the idea, how to calculate the costs, how to calculate the revenues, how to at the end of the experience, how to liquidate the company. So it is concentrated in 1 year, but in this year they can have a big experience in their life. Uh, not forgetting, don't forget the opportunity to work together. And I can say another important point, because the students have an aim to concretize their idea, and is not this is not the aim of get a good mark. In this way, we can shift, we can use this opportunity to say to the students that marks are very important, of course, but it's more important to work for an aim and a purpose, and not for the mark. In Italy, students are used to study only for the mark, because it's very important to come back to home with a good mark. Of course, this is very important, but it's not enough. We have to give to the students the reason why they are studying something, they are learning something. And in this way, the students can realize that it's very important to have good purpose, to work together, to share experiences, to share the opportunities, to share the network, and they can learn that um, the the total the total uh, the results are more important than the simple mark. There is another important step for the students before before ending the year, the school year, before liquidating their mini company, because during April and May, the students can participate to trade fairs and competitions. It's very important to give this opportunity to the students, because students and the mini companies can compare their mini company, the result of their good job, with the other teams in front, facing a jury. Uh, the jury, the juries are composed by professionals, composed by uh, professors of universities, by um, managers coming from the corporates, so the students can face the opportunity um, to tell to navigated persons their experience and to compare the learnings with experienced people. And this is very important to compete for students. And this is very important also for the teachers to give to the students the opportunity to compete. Because you know that the, the, the job is a competition. The company compete on a market. Uh, the, um the students uh, will have the opportunity to compete during their life. And in this case, it's very important for teachers and dream coaches to help the students to understand that even if they are winner or they are losers, they did a big experience during their life. So when the students are at the end of the competition and they are winner, it's very important to say that for the educators, for the teachers, for the dream coaches, that they can still improve. Uh, they are not arrived at the end of their learning, but they have more and more time to learn, to still uh, have the approach to learn during their life. Uh, if they are losers, and of course, one is the winner, and the other teams are loser in the competition, of course. But it's very important for the educators, and it is a very important moment for the educators to give the information to the students that they did a very, very big and important job in during this year. Maybe the winners are better than you, of course, but is for the students is an important step in their life, and they remember these experiences as um, a very happy moments, very happy moments, because they can remember the their um, uh, the partnerships that they are created, the uh, the the times that, for instance, they prepared the stand to show the product. They talked with professionals. They they managed a new idea. Uh, has they have given a new idea to the community, and the community helped them for this idea. In fact, the competitions are structured in this way. There is an annual report. So the jury analyze the annual report. The jury evaluate the stand and the business plan of the student during an interview in the stand. Then they have personal interview with the teams, with the students, in order to evaluate their competencies, their learnings, and not only the product or the sustainability of the product. Okay, this is very important, of course, but the judges can evaluate the learnings of the students. So, and the last one is pitch, elevator pitch, in which the students can acquire, can get the public speaking ability. So it's a very global experience in a personal life of a young people. The last two things that I want to give in this meeting is are the people that are involved, teachers and dream coaches. So teachers, the teacher coordinator is a very important connection between students, the other teachers, the life, the external life, the suppliers, the customers, the and with together with the dream coach. The dream coach is an expert. As I told you before, that helps the students giving the experiences, giving them the experiences, his or her experiences, giving them the capacity to find, to create a network, and to go out of the school. So this experience is very important because the students can collaborate with the internal people of the school and external people, and they learn how to deal with the market. The last thing that I want to say to you is about the two cases, because this path is 1 year long, but at the end, which are the results? I have prepared two cases, one Italian and one from UK. The Italian case is called O Kelvin. O Kelvin case, they created a label that, when applied to bottles or other products, indicates the correct temperature by varying its appearance. The label is made through the use of special thermochromic pigments that are activated when a precise temperature is reached. The label can be adapted to the most varied uses, from wine tasting to the correct storage of drugs that could undergo alterations if exposed to inadequate temperatures. So it's this new idea, this new invention, it is patented, of course, is very important for to promote the taste of wine. They come from a territory that produces very tasted, very nice wine, the east of Italy. They are studying chemistry, so they um, gather their competencies in their study to the a need of the territory. Let me say another important thing about the name of the brand, of this mini company, because O Kelvin is a very nice name, and they studied a lot for this name, because O Kelvin is composed by OK, so it is a positive approach. Okay, Kelvin is an important tool of measurement, of course, but in their tongue, in their dialect, O Kelvin stands for okay, so it's good. Il vin stands for the wine. So they thought to this name for these important reasons. The last case is from UK. They won the European competition. The Italian team won the first runner competition. The UK mini company won the first prize, and the name is Sure Light. Sure Light impressed the jury with their company producing a smart brake light for bicycles. Team Sure Light as a group of cycles, so they are a group of bikers, wanted to improve security by using cars' brake light technology and make it available for bicycles. So they shifted a product used by the cars producers to another important use in another market. So the market of bikers, and in this way you can understand that the ideas are very, very important for the community, for the society, because they can improve the life of a community. They can help the community to grow. But in the same time, the students can get the competencies that they need for their life. Thank you very much for your presence, and I'm here for your questions if you have.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much, Professor Armando Persico, for your wonderful session, and really it was a very amazing, and your research work, your company did a lot for the young people, and it's the need of the time that we should transfer our traditional schooling to the practical activities, because before the world is changing with the implementation of technology, so we should adopt it properly. I have one question regarding the STEM curriculum, which is flourishing currently in across the world. It's in 2010, one of my friend from he is actually Pakistani, but he is the owner of one college in Germany. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
in Australia. He came in 2010, and he was trying to implement entrepreneurship in the schooling, in Pakistani schooling. We had I hosted that person, because he is Pakistani, but he is Australian national, you can say, and so I supported him, and we did a lot of research work to implement it. But at that time, our government policy was not suitable, because the people was not familiar that how the school students can be adopted towards the entrepreneurship. But now, Alhamdulillah, people know that it's the need of the time, because the subjects, new subjects, and the demand of the market and industries, we should motivate the students toward that. Another question that the STEM curriculum and entrepreneurship. Uh, because I had a lot of research on the STEM also, and I'm also part of the STEM curriculum in Saudi Arabia. We are working over here. Like, is it like how you correlate them, like how you can merge them, because both are almost having on the same page. So what is the main theme to merge them?
Yeah, this is a good question because when you teach entrepreneurship, and when I proposed to teach with the entrepreneurial approach to my colleagues, the question was the normal question was how to adapt my teaching to the entrepreneurial approach, how to adapt, for instance, how to adapt the Italian language, how to teach Italian language for this reason, how to teach math, how to teach chemistry, how to teach biology. So it's not only a problem for the STEM subjects, but for all the subjects that you can teach in a school, okay? And this is very important because when you say that the problem is not the subject, but the problem is the purpose, how to, I don't know, how to create a new track, for instance, okay? And in this way, you can use math, you can use physics, you can use biology, you can use, so you need all the subjects that are available to solve the problem. So this approach can say that the problem is not to follow a program of mathematics or of math, but you can use mathematics for this purpose. And this is the approach that each of us uses when he or she works. So this is very, very important to understand that I can teach my subject using my subject for the purpose of for I can say another example. I'm teaching marketing, and how it's very important to give to the students the idea that the 4 Ps are not an invention of a big professor in a university, but the 4 Ps are very important to decide if my product is good for the market or not. So, for instance, if I have to uh, fix the price of a product, uh, I have to know something about the how to calculate the costs, how to produce a survey, because I want to know if the consumers are available to buy my product. If and so the price is the problem, and all the subjects that I can teach in a business school are at um, are available for this purpose. I can come back to the O'Kelvin case that I told before, because O'Kelvin is they used chemistry, they used the pigments, they use the uh, law of chemistry to prepare a new product, and so they applied the knowledge that they have to the to produce this new product. Okay, so I think that all the subjects can be touched in this way.
Okay. I have one suggestion, like the STEM curriculum or the STEM education is mostly, especially in Saudi Arabia, it started from grade 6, 7, 8, and up to 9. We are teaching over here. And we have proper STEM
Mhm.
lab, and international companies are here. They are establishing and helping in the labs. Okay. Some part of the curriculum is robotics also, and other activities are also involved. And entrepreneur, mostly the adult students, like from grade 12 and graduate level students, they prefer to join that. So would you would you think that we can say that STEM education is a seed, okay, for the entrepreneur and industries, okay, because in this way the students will engage in their research activity, and their new ideas will be clear, and that can we can link them into the entrepreneur.
Yeah, what you said is very important, because when um, you are thinking to an idea, then you have to concretize the idea. And if you have a robotic laboratory, a 3D printing laboratory, I don't know, we can find a lot of examples in this. And in this way, the students can learn how to create a model of in 3D and in 3 dimensions, and then they can test uh, if their idea they can prototype their idea, they can prototype their idea, and in this way they can. But during while they are creating, they are modelizing the idea, they are learning how to modelize, how to create a model for using the PC in order to create the product. So it's a win-win situation, because they have their and they are not studying for the market. They are not studying STEM subjects for the market, but or only for the market, but with this this purpose. So, but it is the same situation that each of us has when he or she works. Or I don't know, if you want to go abroad and you have to book a flight, you need to know how to use a PC. If you have to calculate the distances between two places. You have to, so you can applicate your knowledge to reach your purpose. It's the same situation.
Yes, and I have one suggestion also, that instead of school children, like most of the companies and organizations are focusing on the school children. We should mobilize that student also, which either male or female, who discontinue the school's studies, and they are in the home due to their personal circumstances, and we can mobilize them because they have sufficient time and they can do so many activities and they can create more. Like for example, one boy or girl who discontinue his study in grade 10 or grade 11, and he is not going to school or college. Okay, she has sufficient time to create idea, to work on our project in the STEM, and he can or she can create new ideas. So I think we should plan for this such type of people also. We can mobilize them because so many people are having uncertainty in their personal life. So we can initiate them and we can bring them in the channel. This is our moral responsibility also, as a humanity purpose also, and as educationists also. So because the school students are having a lot of facilities, the schools are already doing for them. So we should look in that aspects also. Overseas Pakistani education platform, OPEP, is on board for any type of collaboration, any type of idea, and inshallah we will discuss more about these new upcoming projects, and we can plan something good to exchange educators. As I said to you, mashallah, European people, Italian community, we can mobilize them into the Gulf country, into the China, into others, because there is a good market for them. Okay, and in the same way, Pakistani teachers and even we can do so many things by sharing ideas and by sharing their experiences. And inshallah, hopefully, we will plan some next session also at your convenience. And I think that's all for today. And we are thank you very much for your precious time. You have a very busy schedule, but instead you gave us your precious time, and we are grateful for this action. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
You are very welcome. Thank you to you.
If you have any message, if you have any message to OPEP members, you can share. Thank you.
Okay. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.